Today I'm going to be going over the fight with the 100 swords. I've followed this guy, Nebi, to try and get some gold from an enemy of his. This mercenary company known as the 100 Sword have met up with us, so our two forces, Nebi and his enemy, Red Gracchus, are going to have to do battle with the 100 Swords and then deal with the fallout afterwards. This is a pretty complicated fight with a lot of moving pieces, though it's not particularly difficult because you have a lot of help. As long as you approach it the right way, most any character is going to be able to get through it. My character is a thief that uses swords and throwing weapons with 3 skill in sword and throw, along with the 6 dodge skill. I got most of my equipment from fighting in the arena in Madaran. One of the first decisions I had to make in this fight was whether to go on this group on the right or on the left. I chose to avoid the group on the left because of a lot of the mercenaries. They have a lot of spears, and the guys on the left seem to die pretty fast. So I decided to go on the right and help the smaller group. Unfortunately, my guys on the right got some pretty unlucky rolls, though, and got killed pretty quickly. At this point here, I'm going over what my different options are. Usually I stick with power attacks on a guy I'm facing one-on-one. But I'm checking to see if I can net some of these enemies to help my guys live a little longer and get better hits on them. I throw it and manage to get him. Then I take a shot at this guy. Managed to hit him, but didn't really do a huge amount of damage. Just reduced his accuracy because I hit him in the head, causing a concussion. As you can see on the left, the 2 spears, both the guy on my team as well as on the mercenary side, do a lot of damage, and they take very little themselves because they can hit at long distance. That's why I try to avoid them. They also tend to be the last guy standing. Now we're starting to see some of my allies go down. One of Nebi's guys just got taken out by a mercenary. And we're starting to take a lot more damage here. It looks like soon, though, Red Gracchus on the left is going to come in and help. Now it's my move again, and you can see that it's just me and one of my teammates versus 4 mercenaries. This is a pretty bad situation to be in, and it's going to go bad for my ally here pretty quickly. I take a few shots and try and kill the guy in front of me, and then potentially planning ahead for an escape. Or possibly you can see the guy on the left with the red hair. He's going to come in and help me out. He's got an axe, and he does significant damage. But at first he starts with his crossbow shooting at range, so you can't count on his help for a while. As you can see here, my character with the dodge skill is very effective even fighting a big group of guys attacking me. I'm surrounded by 3 mercenaries right now, and they still haven't really done too much damage to me. I'm at 23 health. But it's going to get bad here if I don't get some assistance from my allies here pretty quick. I'm able to kill this guy with a whirlwind. Whirlwind's effective here because you can hit 3 for the price of 1, essentially. It's a slightly lower to hit, and it does open up some extra problems for counterattacks, but these guys all have shields, so I tend to not have much hesitation. It's flailing away at them. Finally, Red's come in to help me here. So I'm going to try and finish one of these guys off now that my health's getting low. And then I'm going to run away and then use some of my extra tricks to help finish the fight off. Right now, most of my guys seem to be doing well on the left side group. Nebi's the guy with the sword in the middle. And he does significant damage, as well as he's very much a tank and doesn't go down easily at all. So finally I finished this guy off. It's taken a while. He's got a lot of armor. Now I decide to run out. 11 hit points is too much to risk, because if I die, then I have to redo all this again. Red has no problem finishing this guy off, especially with my help at range. One of my favorite strategies is using these belt bags, which are free inventory actions. That way I can pelt them with nets, bolas, throwing knives, all manner of items to do damage from distance and help my allies out with these nets. It gives a big to-hit chance bonus, and it reduces the effectiveness of their attacks as well at the same time. These throwing knives, I think, are a little underrated as well. If you throw them at netted opponents, the to-hit chance is very high, so even a character who doesn't do a lot of damage normally, you can switch to power attacks and take a really good percentage shot at them at range, which you won't get with a crossbow, as it takes a lot of action points to move in and out of the inventory and reload. So I think if you're looking for a companion skill, throwing is quite effective. At this point, the fight's looking pretty good. Chem Nebi finishes off one of the last mercenaries. I think this is the guy with the bow and arrow who's left alive. He is not really all that a big factor in this fight. A lot of other fights that have ranged opponents in them, they do significant damage, but this guy's not very good. And with that, I take him out with my throwing knives and am able to win this fight without really too much danger. It got a little dicey when I was stuck behind 3 mercenaries with no help, but once Red ran out of ammo, he came over to help me. Now it's just a matter of collecting the loot and moving on.